before. This is the morning of the what's that phrase? The morning of the night before. That's the one. From race 2 of the GTEL TCRT GT3 World Series. So before I go any further, I just need to make sure that my audio levels are correct and fine. And we shall crack on. And as requested, I'm going to try and streamline the commentary a little bit. See if I can capture more of the moments, but less of the tedium. And yeah, there we go. The audio is working fine. Because this is a difficult track to overtake on for sure, but there's still it's still a great track. But we shall see how we get on. So, without further ado, we shall crack on with how the people qualified and what tyres they're on. So, we got Vaught in a Ferrari on racing mediums in first place. The return of Hobbs in a Porsche in racing mediums in second. Roy on racing mediums in the GTR in third. Snail in the McLaren in fourth place on mediums. Donny in the Dodge in fifth place in racing mediums. And the Norwegian G, Vorden Hardide, here in McLaren on racing mediums. Basti in the Peugeot, here in seventh place on racing mediums. Berserker Boy, yours truly, in the glorious looking Aston Martin on racing mediums in eighth place. TCRT DT in the Audi on mediums in 10th. Guard here in ninth. Guard here in 10th on racing mediums. Before I go any further, although these guys are right here at the back in like 8th, 9th, 10th place, there was only, I think it was 1 second difference in the qualifying times from first back to, I think it was 11th, 10th or 11th. So it was a very interesting, very tight quali for sure. And we'll see some of those times reflected in the race, obviously. Death here in the other Peugeot, back in 11th on racing mediums, and Sam back in the Ferrari in 12th on mediums. So I think the entire field is starting on mediums. Interesting. But we shall crack on. I'll just turn my sound down a second. Right, and we shall crack on. So, without further ado, 5 lights are on, and we are go at Interlargos in Brazil, the home of Ayrton Senna. As Roy gets a great jump off there, we know the Ferrari's slow off the line. Roy jumps into first place as everyone's through turn 1, through the center S's. Okay, they are indeed. So in the meantime, yeah, Roy coming down the back straight. It's a nice squabble going back here with these boys. Just getting a bit of a line of stone already. Here we go. This is where the action is. We've got Snail holding off the machinations of G, Berserker and Basti. Basti's gone wide. It's just allowed DT to look underneath Basti here. Side by side is G and Berserker Boy coming through the first infield section. I did look at the race map at this. Oh, there was contact there between Donny. Let's just quickly go back. Let's go forward with Donny. There was contact there, I believe, with Snail coming up the inside. Perhaps there's Snail. Yeah, a bit of sideways contact. Yep, not much. I believe Snail got bumped by Donny into the centre S's though, so turn in the favourite as the Welshman. See everyone's line astern now. Coming through to the second infield hairpin. We call them that. Let's say I did look at the race. I did look at the map. Race. I'll get the words out. Track map, and it's all in Spanish, and I can't speak Spanish apart from the center. As Roy gets Larry at the exit of the last corner. That's just allowed Hobbs in that glorious-looking Porsche steal first place back underneath into the final corner. Nice tight racing from these two. So I'm going to try and stop flicking so much as well. There we go. It's Hobbs going to hang on to first place into turn 1. Oh, Roy's looking around the outside, he outbrakes himself, but he manages to make it stick as we go through the field. Everyone line astern still, and still with us. Oh, guard dogs drop back a little bit. Oh, here we go, Vought is right in the tailpipes of Roy now, coming into turn 5, I think it is. Can't find a way around. Yeah, everyone nice and easy at the moment. Yeah, the race settling down for sure. So yeah, this track's difficult to overtake on. You'll see, oh, Roy's sideways still. But Roy's having real issues with the back end of that GTR. He's doing well with it though, to keep it out and keep Vought behind him. Let's go on board with Vought in the Ferrari. You see in the rear view mirror there, you've got Snail really close behind Vought as well. So can Vought do anything with Roy down the front show? Roy's outbraked himself again already. There's Roy, there's Roy. Can Roy retake the place back at the beginning? Or you've got Snail looking at this as well. Let's go aboard with Snail. Got a grandstand view from the McLaren. As Roy dips outside to go around the outside of turn 1. What a move. Is he going to outbrake himself though? Let's see if I can get it here. He's outbroke himself. He's now going to lose. Another place nearly pushes Snail off the track. Should have done a better job there, Roy. He's just dropped Roy back now. He's lost to Donny. He's back down to 5th place. Scrapping very hard. Speaking of scrapping very hard, look at the other drivers. Come down. We call this the back straight, really. Even though it's at the beginning of the lap. Well, Sam's got a nice move there on DT. Nice move there, Sam. Is DT going to fire back at him coming into the first infield section? No, not quite going to do it. So let's go back up front. Hobbs is now cruising away in that Porsche. Coming up to the second hairpin. Second infield hairpin. Nice view there. Vought in second. Snail in third. Donny has now been harassed from Roy. But also, if you look back here, I think that Peugeot was looking to try and make a move on that Berserker Boys Aston Martin. Ooh, outbrakes himself. Outbrakes himself. Nearly hit the back of that Aston Martin. Speaking of Aston Martin, Berserker's got a nice run on G here. Oh, he's just caught him up in the slipstream, gives him a little love tap at the apex. What's the Aston power like compared to the others in the slipstream with that McLaren? Getting up to 154, I think I just saw there. Berserker will trying to slingshot back underneath now. Can he do anything about that McLaren? Gets a little bit gingerly through the first part of the centre S's. But no, he's a bit too far away. So I'll start, if the race settles down, I'll start skipping in a moment, but I think some things happen in the not too distant future, and I'm just trying to remember what it was. It's all come round to the tyre squealing there. Right, it's all as you were at the moment. So coming through to the second infield hairpin. Hobbs pulling out a bit of a lead now over Vaught and that great looking Ferrari. Here come the rest of the crew. Oh, G gets it wide, yep. On board with Berserker, still harassing the back of that McLaren. And you get a nice run out the last corner. No, he can't, he wheel spins too much. Knew he had to get the power down to get into the slipstream of that McLaren to try and make a move. But it's just a little bit too eager to do so. I can see that up there though, looks like Donny is gaining on, yep, here we go, on board with Donny in that Dodge. He's gaining up to the rear end of Snail there. Great looking car there, Donny. Right, everyone's line astern. I'm going to dare to skip ahead a little bit, one lap. So we'll go on board with Hobbs. Let's skip forward a lap to lap 6. Here we are, skipped forward a bit. Vort's caught back up. Everyone's still line astern as you were. Still the Berserker behind G. Can't quite do anything about it. And you've got the 2 Peugeots grouping up together. In the meantime, oh, Gardog's got past Sam. Can Sam do anything about that in the Ferrari? On board with the Englishman. Looking down the inside. Not got it enough. Not really close enough here. No. Okay, so I'm not going to make a move there. Right, let's go back here and see if anything's going on. No. Right, let's skip forward one more lap. Lap 7. It's still as you were. Hobbs, Vort. Oh no, Donny's dropped back. So where did... oh, doesn't mean to go do that, sorry. So let's go back to 11, 12. Oh, I've lost it. I think Snail got past Donny way before then. Right, sorry. Too much. Gone back too far. So we'll go up to lap 7 again. Up here with Snail, with Hobbs. Everyone's still as you were. Lap 8, still everyone's as you were. Pretty sure lap 9 is when something kicks off. Just going through the field and everyone's still line astern. Berserker's dropped off a little bit from G, but the Peugeots can't seem to capitalise and close in, so everyone's still close or there or thereabouts. So Sam's got past Gardog and DT's there. Right. Go back with Hobbs to go to lap 9. Right, we'll definitely stay with people this lap. As you can see, Snail is closing in on that Ferrari. Doing very good on the tyre wear is Snail. I know something. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. I knew something was going to happen. I didn't think of one lap. Sorry. I'll get it right in a minute. There we go. Let's go on board with. Here we go. Lap 9. So Hobbs coming down to turn 5, I think it is. Turn 4, 5. Doesn't seem to go in too badly, but just the rear end kicks out that Porsche, slides it round. Just put, ooh, Snail nearly gets a Porsche in the face. So does Donny. Hobbs is going to lose how much time? He's dropped all the way back now, down to 8th place. Where's the next person? Death is in 9th. So it's really cost Hobbs badly there. So now Vort by default has taken the lead, but he's got a Snail really close behind. Just looking at the map, see if there's anything brewing. Looks like G is catching up to the back end of Roy again. The 2 McLarens look very menacing this race, that's for sure. As you can see, everyone's settled down the line astern, which is kind of like how this circuit goes, but there will be other things going on. I know there are other bits and pieces happening. So how far back up the field can Hobbs recover? Sam's now pulled up a bit of a gap between him and Gardog, and DT's with a horrendous amount of lag is at the back. So let's dare to go forward one more lap. Right, lap 11. Here we go, down through the centre S. Still as you were, 15, 16 minutes gone already. Ferrari out in front of Snail. They've got a big gap now between them and Donny. Donny's doing ever so well in that dodge to get the tyre wear down to a minimum. We should go on board with Snail now. As close as he's been to Vort at all, as Vort goes deep. The back end of that Ferrari's gone out, and there it goes, Vort off the track as well, onto the AstroTurf again. Similar sort of incident to what happened there with I go back and look at that from Vort's point of view. Similar sort of incident to what happened with Hobbs. The rear end of the cars just inexplicably, in places that you don't normally expect them to go, just drifts out ever so slightly. Hits the AstroTurf. Nice sliding power there, slide there from Hobbs. Not as good as Basti's last week, that's for sure. It's just allowed Donny to get up into third place. Roy's still hanging on to fourth. G's still there. Berserker Boy's still close to G as well. Basti, they're all still there, and here comes the charging Hobbs. Let's go on board with Hobbs. Oh, I know. I remember something else is coming up. The charging Hobbs coming through. Hobbs, is your name anything to do with that cartoon, Calvin and Hobbs, in the paper? Because I was a huge Calvin and Hobbs fan. Anyway, I digress. Go on board with Basti, go on board with the Peugeot man. Coming through, trying to catch up to the back end of that Aston Martin. I think it's quite telling that both Basti and Death are lower down the field. It's obviously not a track suited to the Peugeot that well. So couldn't put great lap times in. Looking back there at Hobbs harassing the German. Is he going to make a move up the inside here into the infield? Thinks about it. Nope, doesn't quite make it. We'll go on board with Berserker. I think it's this lap. It might be this lap. Berserker takes a nice neat line there. Although Berserker's in 6th place, he's had a quiet race so far. It's just been sandwiched between some excellent drivers in front and behind. Having to keep right on his toes, right, so nothing's happened this lap. Got to lap 13. Berserker's outbraked himself there into turn 1. Oh, I just noticed something. Oh no, Donny went got past Vort, didn't he, where that issue was. I don't think it's this lap. So lap 14 now. Here we go. Let's go on board with. Jeez, he's really close to Roy coming down into the first part of the centre S's. He's closed in on Roy. Closest he's been for a while now. They're starting to fight coming down the back straight. As we know, Roy's been a bit leery in the back of the back end of that GTEL as G gets it sideways coming out the exit of that corner. We'll go on board with G here, fighting him through the infield section. On board with Roy into the first infield section. You can see the cars. Anyone make the slightest mistake, there's 4 cars to pounce on them. Roy, you need to do a better job with your livery, by the way. So he comes into the second hairpin. It's getting very touchy and starting to close up though. So we go forward one more lap. G's still there. Lap 15 now. Let's go on board from here, from this point of view, from G's point of view. Nice tight racing, but you can see the Berserker's bringing the two Peugeot, bringing the Peugeot of Basti with him as G looks to go around the outside of Roy, thinks better of it again. I think as soon as G gets close to the rear end of the GTR, it's just it's just causing too much turbulence. He's losing a little bit of grip, I think. Through the first infield hairpin. Can the Norwegian see this? Roy gets Larry again. Can the Norwegian? Oh look, it's got Larry again. Roy's really struggling with the back end of that car. Here comes into the second hairpin. It's all very tight. They're all really close, but still, as you were. Death's just gone off the track a little bit. Guard Dog, DT, and Sam are having their own battles back here. In the meantime, Snail now has got a bit of a gap between him and Donny, first, second, and third. So really the action's here, so we'll skip for one more lap, lap 16. As Berserker was looking up the inside here. It's so close. I do want to go away from this. And I know there's some good battles going on back here as well. Oh, because Gardog's got it wrong. What's happened to Gardog? Where was this? This is at the last corner. Oh, he's off the grass too much there. He's still on the track. Oh no, he spins out. God, the GTR, as you can see with Roy. Oh, DT's. So Gardog's really struggling. That GTR seems to be a real handful. With the back end of it, anyway, at least. So coming through now, lap 16, nearly halfway through the race. Snail, he's got a bit of breather room between himself and Donny there in second. Vaught here in third. In the meantime, we've got Roy and G still nose to tail, but you can see the Aston there slightly drifting. Bast is still holding off Hobbs. It's been like this for quite a few laps now. Something's got to give at some point. And there it was. G unfortunately just outbrakes himself. Let's go back and have another look at that. G unfortunately outbrakes himself into the second infield hairpin, which just punts Roy not too badly, just off. So that's Berserker, that's Basti. G's trying to come on. What happened here with Hobbs? Let's have a look at Hobbs. One last time. Bit of contact there, nothing too bad, but you with all these cars coming through, oh, Hobbs nearly lights it up, gets out of the way of Roy. Is he going to get G? He is going to get G. Oh, he get me close to G. There we go. So it's all changed. Now we've got Berserker and the glorious looking Aston Martin up into fourth place. He's still got the German behind him, Basti. Been looking at the rear ends of that Aston pretty much for the entire race. What a lucky man you are, Basti. As Roy drops into the pits. We're only 25 minutes gone, so he's going to go for 35 minutes at least on racing softs. Berserker boy down through the centre S's, can't make any mistake, or else Basti will pounce on him. Berserker's trying to lose the slipstream there of Basti. Still can't find a way through, can the German? I'm trying to look to see if there's any particular differences in where these two cars are braking or gaining or something, and I can't really see much difference. The Aston is a little bit harder to turn, I'd say, than the Peugeot, that's for sure. I have to be very mindful of that. But no, it's still as you are, so we should go up front and dare to skip forward another lap. So we are lap 17, let's go to lap 18. Everything looks the same again, lap 19. Oh no, there's a change, let's go back. There's a change back here, yep, here we go, Hobbs. Lurking up the inside. Oh, Basti there. Oh, as Basti gets it wrong at the centre S's. Oh, he's gone right off as well. Let's go back again. Back end of Basti's car. Spins it up on the inside there. The right rear spun up on the inside curb. Just too much curb. And he's got damage to boot as well. So that's just allowed Hobbs to get a shot at the back of the Aston Martin now. Hobbs flashing his lights even though it's in the day. Trying to get Berserker to hurry up. Berserker's doing everything he can in that Aston Martin though. So we're coming into like the pit window really now as well. So we're at 27 minutes. I know some drivers are starting to think, I know Roy's already come in. It's an interesting circuit this because you can run the mediums for a long time and still put up competitive times as I found out in practice as well. So it's not a clear-cut case of when's the right time to pit, what's the right strategy, but we'll see who how people get on. But here we are with Roy then on racing softs. It's got 32 minutes to go. Let's go through the field. So the two Americans, DT and Guards, are having fun at the back. But in the meantime, it's Snail in front of Donny, in front of Vaught, and then it's Berserker, Hobbs, G, and then we've got Death, Basti and Roy, 7th, 8th, 9th. And Roy's on softs, some kind of lap times he can put in. Hobbs has done the fastest at 32.7, which is obviously on mediums because he's not pitted yet. Let's see, that's a purple sector time for Roy. Let's see what lap time he does here, going across start finish straight. Going across now. Yep, 32.665, so he's on a charge, is the American. Alright, let's skip forward a little bit then. So lap 19. Oh, things happen there. Quite a lot's happened there. Let's go back with Hobbs. So Hobbs still can't quite get onto the back end of that Aston Martin. Look at the tyre wear. It's pretty much identical tyre wear there. Zerka's a little bit worse for fuel. And Hobbs still can't quite get away from G. Oh, his tyre's really struggling. That rear end of that Porsche still. This little bog blue roll stuck to the front dashboard there. So, I did see there was some sort of change coming up. I think I know what it might do. I'll just stay on board in case I miss something. But with the pit stops, everyone's going to start stringing out even more. We'll try and keep an eye on everything to make sure we capture it all. That Porsche does sound rather angry, doesn't it? Oh, Hobbs dangerously close to spinning up the rear of the Porsche again. Berserker boys not making any mistakes. Yep, and Berserker's coming into the pits on lap 19, halfway through the race. Right then. So we go back up. So Berserker's in the pits. Let's see what happens. Next lap 21. Lap 22. Oh, there's a couple of things going on back there. So let's go back a little bit and we'll go back to. Here we go. Death and Basti. So Death's got past Basti. Having a good old ding dong here. Oh, Basti's fighting back hard. Just go on board with Basti here. Two Peugeot drivers. Lap 21, 33 minutes gone. How are we doing for tyres? Both sort of pretty much equal, although Basti's a little bit less fuel. Across the line now, into turn 1. Oh, Death gets it a little bit wrong at the braking. Basti's making sure he doesn't spin it up again. Going through the centre S's, he's really close to Death. Oh, Death's gone right off the circuit. Has that allowed Basti to get the position it has? So there we go, nice pressure there from Basti. It's got him into 6th place. So let's skip forward to lap 23. Oh, there was a lot of pit stops and everything coming out, so we'll just skip forward another couple. So while everyone does their pit stops, so it all settles down. It's not letting me do anything. There we go, lap. Go through them here. So 38 minutes gone. Let's recap to where we are. Snail's in first place, still not pitted. He's going to have to pit soon. He's starting to run out of fuel. Vaught's in 2nd place. Hobbs is now up into 3rd. None of these boys have pitted. The first of the pit stoppers who's been in and out is Donny in the Dodge in 4th. Roy's here. Snail's into the pits. Let's go back on board with Donny then to see where he comes out in relation to when Snail and Vaught come out the pits. At the moment, Hobbs is going to take the lead. There's Hobbs. Right, where's Donny then? He's coming around the last corner. Back past the main straight. Here we go. Snail's putting fuel in. Snail's finished putting fuel in. So's Vaught. Here comes the Dodge. Both want to, I can hear the cars. They're coming out the pits. There they go. Here we go. There's Vaught. So Snail's already in front. Here comes the Dodge. There goes Snail. Where's Vaught? Oh, they're side by side. Wow, great stuff. I'm not quite side by side. You were side by side for a moment, but obviously the momentum of the Dodge. So Donny's jumped a place through pitting a bit early. He's got track position. Roy's now in 5th place. Berserker, he's pitted, is in 6th. G's pitted 7th. Bast is 8th. DT's not pitted. He must be coming in this lap. Death's pitted. Sam's not pitted. And Gardog's in the pits at the moment. So is Hobbs coming in this lap or not? Is he coming in? Yeah, he's coming in. So he's going board with Snail to see if Snail retakes the lead. As Donny's dropped back a little bit. Snail's coming around the last corner. Oh, it's going to be close again because this is about where Donny was and Snail went into the pits. Well, first, second, third coming across the line. Well, will be first, second, third. They come across the line, I think. Yeah, there goes Snail. There goes Donny. There goes Vaught. Hobbs is. Oh yeah, that's right. Hobbs said he had a problem. There was a technical issue with his pit crew getting the fuel in. He's stuck on something. He's not come out the pits again, so he's having a disastrous Hobbs. Let's just quickly go back. I'll just have a quick look, see if you can see anything in this pit stop. So what happens here? No, let's sit there. One more time. Sorry about this. Hobbs was saying in the race that when he came into the pit, it was stuck on 45% or something. And you just saw in real time there with Snail that he did seem to be in the pits, not putting any fuel on for a long time. But looking at this replay, it looks like it goes in okay. So something wasn't right. Something didn't add up then. But that something going wrong in the pits for Hobbs has dropped him back down to the 5th place. Is he going to get out in front of Berserker Boy? Oh, here comes the Aston Martin now. There's Hobbs. There's the Aston Martin of Berserker Boy. Where's Hobbs? There's Hobbs. The Berserker's retaken 5th place from Hobbs. So yeah, disaster for the Porsche driver. His pit crew not going to get their bonus today. So Hobbs has had an eventful race. He's spun it out badly, lost a lot of places, and now his pit crew have made it even worse for him. 42 minutes gone, 18 minutes to go. Let's recap where we are. As you can see, there's a nice battle brewing there. Here we go. Vaught is caught up to the back end of that Dodge. And I'm also looking at the map at the top right. So after 45 minutes of racing, these two here are 2nd and 3rd. If you look at the map, you've got Roy in 4th place, not far away. Berserker and Hobbs not too far away. G's not too far away. It's still very, very tight. We go back up here with Vaught, who's dropped off the back of Donny into turn 1. So for the last 15 minutes of the race, I'm not going to skip. So we've just got 15 minutes to go because anything can happen. There's lots of battles brewing all over the place. You look at the map, there's only a few cars individually out on their own. And here's another battle that's been brewing for a while. How long can Berserker hang on to 5th place with that Porsche of Hobbs behind him? And then we've got G on his own. Basti's lost Death. Death's dropped back a little bit to turn 1. DT's finally coming to the pit. Sam still hasn't pitted. In 11th place. He's now just retaken 10th. And where's Gardo? Gardo's coming around now. Oh, there we go again. We're back here to the Donny Vaught show. On board with the Ferrari driver. He's got a nice run on that Dodge. They both missed the apex slightly at the last corner. Now we know that Dodge is extremely quick in a straight line, and even with the slipstream, that Ferrari just can't stay with him. I know Vaught is probably jumping up and down in his seat saying, come on Ferrari, come on. But look how much of a gap, sheer grunt and force that Dodge can get. And it's fortunate that the middle part of this circuit, the infield section, is nice and twisty, so that's probably the Achilles heel of that Dodge. You can see under braking already, I mean, you saw how much of a gap Donny got over Vaught at the start-finish straight, and Vaught's already closed the gap right back up into turn 5. Stay on board with Vaught here to see how much closer you can get. Interesting lines through there. Donny was a bit wider. Vaught kept it nice and neat to the curb. Here we go. Vaught's trying to go around the outside. Can he make it stick? Oh, Donny's giving it a lot of room. Oh, the slight little wiggle there. It's just, he could have had the pace. That slight little wiggle from that Larry Ferrari. So Donny hangs on to second place for now. And we know that Dodge is probably just going to pull away by the time they get to turn 1. So let's see a quick look where see what's going on elsewhere. So Roy's on his own now in 4th place. Berserk has got Hobbs right in the back seat of that Aston Martin with him, and the Aston Martin's Achilles heel is not the fastest in the straight line. Can Berserker do anything about Hobbs behind him into turn 1? He's going defensive. He's trying to cover the inside line, making the Porsche go around the outside. And it looks like Hobbs has got the outside. Oh, come on, camera. They're under braking. Oh, as Hobbs gets sideways into turn 1 centre S, but Berserker gives him room, doesn't push it too much. Nice overtake there from Hobbs. But Berserker's fighting back now. Can Berserker get past that Porsche back into turn 5? Looking left, looking right. It's as close as it can be. Precision driving from these two. But no, I think the move's going to stick. Berserker's still catching back. The Aston Martin, one of its best points is it gets excellent drive out the corners. You can see it there. Catches up. It's got great braking as well. It just lacks a bit of top end speed, a bit like the Ferrari. Berserker's desperately trying to hang on to that Porsche, but no, just starting to lose him now. So, 13 minutes to go. Sorry, I meant to go to that view. Let's go through the field. Let's see who's got the best lap time at the moment. So we've got who's doing the best times. Vaught has done a 1:31.9. I wonder if that was in the slipstream as well. Let's see if I can find Gray's. Gray's best is a 32.1. Donny's best is a 32.2. Vaught is a 31.9, fastest lap of the race so far. Still can't do anything about that Dodge. Roy's done a 32.3. Hobbs has done a 32.3, but Hobbs has been a bit leery with that Porsche. Berserk has done a 32.4. I actually believe that's the fastest lap time I've done in all the practice. I think the best before this race was the 32.7. So pat on the back me. Well done me. There you go, that kind of time. 32.7 from G back in 7th. 32.8 from Death. He's got past Basti. Basti's done a 33.1. Not quite dropped into the 32s like Death has. So DT's a 33.5. Sam, it's not showing me what Sam's is. So far he's on racing soft, so it looks like his best is about 35 something. Guard Dog is a 33.8, who's about to be lapped though, because I think here comes Snail. So who's behind Guard Dog? Yeah, Guard Dog's on the main straight. Here comes... Someone's overtaken him. Who's overtaken him? It's not these two. Oh, here we go. Vaught looking up the inside, trying to do something about this situation. Still looking at the back end of that Dodge, as he has done for a few laps now. He's got a nice run here. Coming down the back straight. Can Vaught find a way past that Dodge? Doesn't look like he's close enough into turn 5. So look at the tyres of that Dodge there. Looking back there at Vaught. Yeah. Dodge's tyres are starting to suffer. There's still 10 minutes to go. That's going to be an amazing job if he can keep that car in front of Vaught for these last 10 minutes. Oh, Vaught's dived up the inside. Opportunistic move. I thought, let's have a look at that again. That was a great move there. I think caught Donny a little bit unawares. Did Donny drift wide into that first hairpin? Here comes Vaught. Looks up the inside. No. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Donny. Sorry, Donny did go just a little bit wide into that first hairpin. Vaught took the moment, seized the moment, and got it done. I say, Donny's starting to struggle on those. You can hear him desperately trying to turn the car in. Just outbrakes himself. Just allows Vaught to catch up. So, can Vaught do anything about a race leader? Snail, he's got 10 minutes to close this gap. There's Snail. Here comes Vaught. This gap is around about, I'd say, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, something like that. There's Snail, just out of shot from each other. So there's Snail coming around the last corner. Here comes Vaught into the last corner. So yeah, it's about 4 or 5 seconds difference. 10 minutes to go. Donny drops back to third. Where's Roy? Roy's still quite a way off from Donny, but he's being caught by Hobbs in the Porsche. So there's Berserker. Berserker's now on his own in 6th place, just dropping off in the back of Hobbs. There's G. G's not too far behind Berserker. And there's Death. Death's on his own. Basty's on his own. DT's on his own. Sam's on his own. Guard Dog's pulling over to get out everyone's way. Right, I'm going to go forward a lap then. Oh no, I'm not going to go forward a lap because I've just seen something change. Where are we? Lap 23. I don't want to go back that far. I want to go to... Where's Donny? Where's Donny? Oh, it's gone back. Sorry, I'm gone back. Losing track now. So here we go. 31, 32, 33. What have we got? Still got 10 minutes to go. Now I saw something happen, and I can't quite pick it up. I thought it was between Donny and Vaught again. I thought Donny retakes 3rd place. Does Donny retake 2nd place? Does Vaught get it wrong again going into this complex here? It's gone very wide as the Dutchman. Get my words out. 9 minutes to go. See if anyone makes a mistake. Keep an eye on that. So here we go. Racing Snail out in front, being hunted down by these two drivers here, Vaught and Donny. Roy's back in 4th place, still being caught by Hobbs. Berserker Boy wishes he could just catch up to the back end of that Porsche. G's just hanging around. Capacity. Yeah, I'm going to skip it forward another lap. Here we go. Lap 30. Oh, it's not done anything. It's not letting me skip forward now. A lap. I'm going to have to go with it. Every time I do skip forward a lap, it's not going. So, the last 8 minutes, you're going to have me full blast. But I'll have a quick coffee break while we wait. Seven minutes to go. Snail out in the front from Vaught. He's got a back marker Sam between the two of them. I do like the sound of that McLaren. Blue flags flying. There goes Snail. Here goes Vaught. Vaught's now got a big gap between himself and Donny. There's Donny. His tyres are really suffering now. So, Roy is now catching up to Guard Dog. You can see there's a menacing looking Porsche right behind the two of them. Guard Dog gets out of the way. Great driving there, mate. He's going to board the Hobbs. Oh, he's got a beautiful run down through the centre S's. Surely this is the moment. Fakes one way, goes the other. Already got the position past Roy into the braking zone. Can Roy slingshot back underneath? He tries, but the rear end of that GTR needs more downforce than the rear end of that GTR. It's just, or something's going wrong with the back end. Keeps kicking out just when you put the power down. But couldn't quite get the power down in time. Oh, Hobbs gone very wide into the first infield hairpin. We've seen Gardog have issues with the back end of that GTR. Looks like Roy's certainly is as well. Oh, someone was there. Goes Berserker. I thought someone was off track. It wasn't. It was just Gardog getting out of the way. Timu. It is Timu. I just realised you were kidding me. I said about I like the blue and you said Timu. I'd just seen the Timu sign on the roof, G. That's made me laugh. So it's all a bit line astern at the moment, and I don't really want to skip because we've only got 5 minutes to go, but I might see if it does one more lap. Let's go back up to Snail. So lap 36, lap 37, yeah. 3 minutes. Let's stick it. We won't change anything for the next 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go. Snail's just coming around to begin lap 37. Here comes Vaught. You can see him in the distance. That's the distance. Difference between first and second. It's tight racing. Still, if anyone makes a mistake, it's just going to allow the next person behind to catch right up. There goes Roy. Everyone's spread out. There goes Berserker. G's closing in on Berserker though. Berserker's suffering on that front right tyre. What's the situation we're likely for G? G's again the back end of that McLaren drifts out a bit wide. Got much better tyre wear, but he might be running out of fuel. It's the closest battle on the track at the moment, apart from the guys up front, I believe. Yeah, Sam's on his own, so 58 minutes, 2 minutes to go. So for some people this might be their last lap. Is Vaught doing all he can down through the centre S's to try and catch Snail. Don is now on his own. Everyone's fuel lights starting to flicker on. Again as Hobbs gets a bit sideways coming through the centre S's. Here comes Roy through the centre S's. Berserker's still got a little bit of breathing room between him and G. Berserker's overfueled the car just a little bit. Rather overfuel it than underfuel it, because I've done that a few times where I've run out of fuel at the end of the race. And at this point, there's not a huge amount of weight difference. But it would be nice if I got it a bit better. So Des now in 8th place. 45 seconds to go. Basti is in 9th. 20. I'm looking at where people are on the track. 30 seconds to go. Where's there he is? There's Racing Snail. So Snail is going to have to do another lap. 20 seconds to go. Snail's going to have to do another lap. Vort's going to have to do another lap. Here comes Donny. 15 seconds to go. Donny will do another one. Here comes Hobbs. 10 seconds. Hobbs is going to have to do another lap. There goes Roy. Can Roy's do another lap? Yep, he is. So the first of the finishers is going to be Berserker Boy in 6th place in the Aston Martin. Where's G? Here comes G. G will finish in an excellent 7th place. But McLaren looks a little bit leery at times, but he's done a great job of that as G. He will finish in 7th place. Death in the Peugeot, coming around a very quiet race for Death. I can hear the Audi, always, especially at this circuit, always in my headphones. All I've heard is the Audi of DT. Here comes Death though. He's going to finish in 8th place. Basti was pushing Berserker up in 6th place, but he's dropped back to 9th after that spin at the Senna S's. Here comes that Audi, which all I can hear is that Audi. Guard Dog's finished in 12th. Here comes DT to finish in 10th. There's Sam. Oh, Sam's trying to get out of the way. In the meantime, back up front, coming round to the start-finish straight for the last time. Another fantastic win for Gray. Good job, Gray. Finishes in 1st. Vort finishes in 2nd. Here comes Donny in the Dodge, doing ever so well with that barge. This technical track, finishes in 3rd for the last of the podium positions. Sam will finish in front of Hobbs. Where did Sam finish? Sam finished 11th. And then we just need Roy to come round to finish in 5th place, and there we have it. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Next week we've got Daytona at night, I believe it is. So take it easy. See you later. Bye.